Lips and Rob, how did your life change since the release of the movie?
We became famous.
We're super famous. We can't go anywhere without people knowing who we are. That's a lot of fun, you know? And it could be anybody that comes up and says hi to us.
Yeah, the demographics of the movie is incredible. Everything from kids to elderly people.
And job-wise, if we talk about tours and...
Oh, it's been nonstop. Working with Anvil for since the movie started up in 2008. It's been nonstop. It started out really by going to all the film festivals all over the world, and then it turned into Anvil Experiences, which were where we played in the theaters after the movie ran. And then after that, it got released in the theaters, and wow, it's just been unbelievable. No time to go to regular work. All Anvil now.
Every press conferences, we've been touring nonstop. We've been playing, you know, over the last year we've played in front of over 400,000 people around the world.
And if you go back to the movie, how did the other musicians react to the movie and the success of the movie?
Oh, that's been incredible.
What happened?
Whoa! I mean, that's probably the most intense of all, is the effect that it's had on actually anybody in the arts, really, but mostly rock musicians are freaked right out about it because they've all lived it, and if they haven't lived it, they're in fear of living it.
We showed the truth. The truth, you know, a lot of guys wouldn't have enough balls to show the truth. You know, we did. We had no problem with it, you know. So if there's 20 people here, so what? We're gonna still kick ass.
See, the thing is, I think that a part of the success comes from being honest. I think a lot of the rock world relates to it because they've all lived those moments. You know, like as an example, when I got my hands on the guy's collar and going, pay me, many rock musicians have been there before. They've all lived that. You know, every rock band, no matter who you are or what you got going, has had a Monday or Tuesday night where there's only 5-10 people there. So, you know, it's all real.
And what musicians, for example, did come to you and...
Well, as a prime example, we're standing in Heathrow Airport, and this elderly gentleman comes up to us and kind of looked like Ringo Starr. I couldn't place his voice, but his voice was so extraordinarily familiar. But he started talking. He goes, "I watched your movie, and I had to stop 3 times to get my composure. It's changed my whole outlook. I put my band back out on the road. And by the way, my name is Ian Anderson. I'm the singer of Jethro Tull." So, needless to say, we were like, what?
You know, Jimmy Page, you know, said to us, you know, keep rocking, boys. You give us all hope. You know, stuff like that. Paul McCartney. We've met a lot of just about everybody. I'll tell them what Steve Harris said.
No, Steve Harris, very, very interesting because I hadn't seen him in a number of years, and the first thing he said to me goes, you know, I could be standing where you are, and you could be standing where I am in a blink of an eye. And I think that's probably the most honest and true thing that you could say about it. Luck, being at the right place at the right time, it's what it really all is. It's a miraculous thing whenever any band makes it, or any band cuts through, or anything like that happens. For us, it came through in a movie, and it validated 30 years of hard work. It's a great thing.
I heard that there has also been a reaction from Ozzy Osbourne and Tony Iommi.
Ozzy got hooked on the movie, actually watched it a number of times from what we heard. And at the Classic Rock Awards in England, I was sitting eating dinner, and I get a tap on my shoulder, and I turn around, and it's Ozzy, and he's peering over his little blue glass. He goes, "You're brilliant, mate. I love you." Yeah, just keep it going, all right? I love you guys.
Yeah, never stop.
Never stop, you know?
You know, people are give us the respect because of our perseverance. You know, we believed in something and we never gave up. That's all. Most people don't know that. They don't want to do that.
And in the very beginning of the movie, we see many very well-known musicians talk about you, how they were influenced by you. We see Slash and Lars Ulrich, we see Lemmy. Have you been in touch with these people when there wasn't success around as well?
Absolutely. That's what we knew all that all along. I think what, you see, everything was in innocence, total innocence. When the director went and asked these musicians to come to be filmed, they just thought, okay, why not? We love Anvil, but they didn't really think even for a second that it was going to be some kind of successful movie. They just thought, well, I'd put in a good word for my buddies. I mean, and they'd show up to our shows. I mean, the guys in Metallica through the years have come to see Anvil. They're fans. Same as
that stick to your guns and don't give up, boys. You know, you guys are just ahead of your time, and one day the world will catch up to you. You know, we've known it all along. It was just beautiful to see them tell the world what they've been telling us.
And what does real friendship mean for you? How would you describe a real friendship?
somebody who's willing to do a favor for you without expecting anything back.
You know, yeah, you know, you go the 9 yards for somebody, you know, because you really like them or you care about them, and that's what real true friendship is, you know.
And how would you describe your friendship?
Good and volatile.
It's healthy. When we argue, it's usually because we have the same goal. So you end up kind of talking in circles, and because you both want exactly the same thing. So there's really no argument. It comes down to what's your approach and what's my approach. No, it's not really.
We're brothers.
Yeah.
You know, I consider Lips my brother.
Yeah, it's like,
you know, like
because you can get angry at your brother, and you can go fisticuffs with your brother, but it's still your brother, and you will still be brothers afterwards. It's just the way it works.
When you watch the movie, are there scenes that touch you a lot? Talking about your relationship.
For me, not necessarily relationship. For me, watching the one picture of Rob's father holding Rob as a baby really carved into me. It really made me really heartfelt photograph. And the look in his eyes is, I've survived the worst, and now I'm holding the prize. I think that's what's so emotion evoking, I suppose. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. For me, I call it the heart of the movie, the England scene. That's and you know, Lips, telling the world, putting his heart on his sleeve there. That's a pretty touching moment. I call it the heart of the movie. That whole thing.
Well, it is, and I think that part of the reason that it's the heart of the movie is, and you got to realize the director kept on filming us for 2.5 years to get one fight, because the thing is about showing a conflict and a disagreement and a fight is the most descriptive way to show how a relationship works.
Friendship, and that you can make up after, and continue on being friends. You know, that's basically what it displays. And
how far did the movie affect your friendship? Did it change in a way, get better or worse in some aspects?
I think it's relatively the same as it's always been. I think we're both really celebrating what's going on, man. We're just like, wow.
We're enjoying every moment of this. You know, this is only going to happen once. Okay, and we're very blessed because we're getting a second chance. Most people don't even get a first chance. We're getting a second chance. So it's a miracle.
Are there scenes in the movie when you watch them today, like very emotional scenes, where today you feel a bit of embarrassment that it's shown to everybody?
No. The only thing that I have embarrassment over is the naked picture. It was the only thing that I actually put a fuss up about when they were actually putting the movie together. I go, that's not necessary. Cover it. Do something. And they're going, you know, the lady producer, Rebecca Yeldum, she sat me down and she said, look it, you got nothing to be ashamed of. You're great. You look great like that. And I'm a girl and I'm telling you, you've got nothing to be ashamed of. You should be very proud. And I thought, well, if it doesn't bother her, I guess I'll live with it. But it still kind of bothers me that, you know, the world looks at that and they see me naked. I mean, I don't know how anybody else would feel having to see that. Although, you know, like my wife says, on the big screen, boy, am I big.
For me, I don't find anything embarrassing in that movie. For me, you know, I think it shows us in a good light. The story got told, and it's honest. So I don't really have anything that I think is embarrassing for me.
But are there scenes in the movie that you would love to change, or things that you would do different today?
No. We live our lives with no regret for anything. You just don't. You got to do everything as if you mean business the first time round. And your decisions are your decisions, and you got to stick by them. And no, we don't live with any regret. Everything ended up the way it's supposed to, and that's the way it is.
I agree with him.
And if you look at your career in general, is there something that you would do different if you could do it again?
No, because once you've done it, you've done it. You can't go back, and you can't have regrets. And anything different, then the outcome wouldn't be the same. And I think it's really important this is the journey we had to go on. This is our journey, you know. We had the trials and tribulations. We were a lot of stuff was not necessarily our fault. It's just the way things unfolded. What are you going to do about it? You gotta live through it and survive. That's what happens.
Listen, the bottom line is the music business failed Anvil. That's all that happened. The music business failed us. So what are we going to do? We've just hung in, made great music, and now we've made it. It's a beautiful day.
Thank you. Und jetzt schauen wir uns das Konzert im Kölner Luxor an.